Oh, it's Friday, y'all. Friday. Best day of the week. One of three. Anyway, the weekend is in sight. The work week is on its way out. And today, we are talking about Once Upon a Time in Shanghai. Do you know why? Because it's...
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
Hey, Squeaky. This past weekend, I heard a hypnotist was coming to town, and I almost went just to check it out, 'cause it's kind of weird, right? And I'm glad I didn't, because I heard that this happened there. That evidently the guy was in front of the crowd and he was swinging his watch, and he told them all to raise their left hand, and they all raised their left hand, man. And then he said, raise your right hand. And they all raised their right hands. The whole crowd is like this. And then he drops his watch and says, oh, crap. Evidently, they still haven't got the smell out of that place. Crazy. Happy Fri-Yay. That's right, it's Kung Fu Fri-Yay. And boy, I'm so glad you're here. Me and Squeaky, we are so thankful for each and every one of you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. In the description down below are all our links. And if they're not there, thenerdyronin.com is the place to be. That's right, it's the place to be. Alright, so how's everybody doing? Great, I hope. Awesome. Oh, man, I searched and I searched to try to find a good Kung Fu movie for today. I started one movie last night and it made me fall asleep. It just wasn't. And the day before that, I started a movie and I watched the whole thing and it just wasn't Kung Fu Friday worthy. And so I was running out of time, and this morning I turned this movie, hour and a half. I was kind of excited. Let's look at it. Once Upon a Time in Shanghai, 2014, not rated, hour and 36 minutes. Now, it's on Tubi, both in its original form and a dubbed version. I watched the dubbed version only because I was running out of time, y'all. A laborer moves to Shanghai in the hopes of becoming rich. That's kind of true. Not really. I don't know. He ends up using his kung fu skills to survive. No, a guy comes to Shanghai to make money to send home to his mom to help her survive, and he ends up getting buddy with a gangster, and then bad things happen. Okay? That's what it's about. I was excited to see that it had Sammo Hung in it, written by Jing Wang, director by Ching Po Wong. Andy On is in it, Philip Ning. But there you go. That's what we're talking about. Now, if you don't know, there's quite a few Once Upon a Time movies. Alright? Once Upon a Time in America, Once Upon a Time. There's Once Upon a Time in every, like, I saw Once Upon a Time in Vietnam. It's just, in most cases, the Once Upon a Time movie, take America, for instance. Once Upon a Time in America is super long, super complex, and like kind of like The Godfather. Like it's a deep, complex movie. This, in an hour and a half, is not that. Okay, which I was a little sad about. I was happy it was an hour and a half long because that's good time, or a good amount of time for a movie, but being an Asian movie, I was surprised. I was like, it should be a little longer, I would think. And I don't know what happened here. But it's truly lacking in world building. Okay? I'll say that. The action scenes are fantastic. They're great. They do exactly what they're supposed to. There's people getting beat up, and you're there for it. It's martial arts. It's fantastic. Kung Fu, baby. All right? But everything else about this movie, which is the majority of it, is quite lacking. The world building was not done well. It looks pretty. It's got some good stars in it. It's reminiscent of Bruce Lee. The main guy is really reminiscent of Bruce Lee, and he does a fantastic job. Unfortunately, they needed another 30 minutes, at least, to really build the story and build the world and grow the characters so that you give a crap, because you literally don't. And the ending, I I was like, what? That's it? But what? Did anybody watch this movie and go, oh, maybe we should edit this differently? The editing seemed rough. This is a 50-50 for me. I'm leery to even call it a kung fu movie, but it does have great action in it, and it is a good movie to watch. I mean, it's an hour and a half. It's worth a watch. Will I rewatch it? Not ever. It's not a bad movie. It's just not a good movie, or definitely not a great movie. It was lacking for what I wanted for a kung fu Fri-Yay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever watch a movie and when it's over, you're like, well, it was alright, but, meh. You ever do that? Oh, it aggravates the fire out of me. I wanted it to be good. The trailer looked good. Everything about it looked good, but nobody of the main characters was really likable. And you just didn't care what happened to any of them. And people die in this movie, and you're just like, oh, well, next, please, next. Clean up in aisle 3. But other than that, I mean, they tried real hard. It just didn't, I guess it just didn't reach the pinnacle of a Once Upon a Time movie. Alright, Once Upon a Time movies, when they have that title, you expect a high bar to be reached. It did not get reached in this. And I hate that for them, because it was a good premise. It just didn't pay off 100%. So if you want to give it a shot, you can watch it free on Tubi and several other places. If you really want to watch it and not really work on it, like work at it, you can watch the dub version on Tubi. It's free with some ads. No big deal. And tell me what you think. Watch it and then comment down below and tell me your opinion. Like, did you enjoy it? Did you feel it was worth your time? Did you think the fighting was good? The martial arts were good? The kung fu was fantastic? Was it horrible? What do you think? At least give it a chance. Give it a watch. It didn't meet the mark for me today. So, that's it. Man, this is a short one because I was just kind of deflated after watching this one. I was all excited when I sat down, and an hour and a half later I was like, really? It's almost like it was edited down way too far. I would like to see a director's cut, like of what they were aiming for. But who knows? Maybe this is it. Alright, you guys, I gotta get out of here. I got things to do. And I need coffee. More coffee. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you're gonna have a great weekend. I hope you got plans. Go spend some time with your family. Be nice to one another. There's enough of people not being nice out there. So you guys, all of you, new subscribers, old subscribers, hello. Be nice to one another. Kick your feet up and relax this weekend if you're able. Alright, I'm out. For Michael the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this fat kung fu loving nerd. We'll see you on Monday.